ever snapped open a KitKat and thought, how did this perfect bar even happen? Here's a fun fact. At Nestlé's factory in York, England, they produce over 8 million KitKats every single day. That's 90 bars a second, rolling out from just one factory. Today, we're going behind the scenes inside this legendary facility, from cocoa farms in West Africa to mesmerizing chocolate waterfalls in Yorkshire. This is how the world's most iconic chocolate bar is made. Quick poll, how do you eat your KitKat? Snap each finger or bite straight into it? Tell me in the comments. Let's settle it once and for all. Before we step onto the factory floor, let's rewind the clock. KitKat was first created in 1935 by Rowntree's of York, England. Back then, it was called Rowntree's Chocolate Crisp. The name KitKat didn't come until 1937, and by the 1980s, it was a household name across Europe. In 1988, Nestlé bought the global rights to KitKat, except in the US, where it's still produced by Hershey under license. Now, here's something wild. In Japan, KitKats are considered a symbol of good luck. Why? Because Kitokatsu sounds like you will surely win in Japanese. Students often eat them before big exams. And the flavors? Over 300 unique ones in Japan alone, including wasabi, soy sauce, cheesecake, and sweet potato. Today, KitKats are sold in more than 80 countries and generate over $1 billion in global sales every year. It all begins in West Africa, where nearly 70% of the world's cocoa is grown. Farmers there handpick ripe cocoa pods. Each pod holds about 20 to 50 cocoa beans. Once harvested, the beans are scooped out and laid on large banana leaves, or drying mats. They're fermented for about a week, then sun-dried for 7 to 10 days, gradually locking in flavor and hardening their shells. Next comes quality control. Before any bean makes it to York, it has to pass multiple tests: moisture checks, size grading, and even scent inspections. If it doesn't smell like rich, earthy chocolate, reject it. At the factory, the beans first go through a cleaning stage. They tumble inside a massive rotating drum, and powerful air jets blast off any remaining dust or debris. Then it's time for the roast. This is where cocoa's real personality develops. Think of it like coffee. Timing and temperature are critical. Too long or too short, and the flavor's ruined. Roasted beans are sent to grinders, which crush them into a thick brown liquid called cocoa liquor. That's right, liquor, not because it's alcoholic, but because it flows like one. This cocoa mass is then pressed to extract cocoa butter, leaving behind solid cocoa cakes, each about 7 kilos of pure flavor. These cakes are ground into ultra-fine cocoa powder, the base of KitKat's chocolate. Now let's get into the real magic, the chocolate formula. First, cocoa powder is blended with sugar, milk powder, and cocoa butter. Then Nestlé adds a blend of emulsifiers and secret ingredients to perfect the texture. But it's not ready yet. The mixture enters a concha, a giant metal chamber that churns the chocolate for up to 15 hours. Why so long? Because it grinds particles down to 15 microns, finer than flour. That's what gives KitKat chocolate its signature smoothness. This process unlocks flavor. Roasty, caramel, earthy notes come alive during this process. Once conked, the chocolate is tempered. That means heating it to about 115 degrees Fahrenheit, cooling it to 81 degrees Fahrenheit, then gently reheating it. This aligns the cocoa butter crystals to give KitKat that glossy shine and satisfying snap. While the chocolate's refining, it's crunch time. Literally. KitKat's wafers are crafted from a batter of wheat flour, sugar, vegetable oils, salt, and water. It's all mixed in an enormous industrial blender. The batter is piped into metal molds, then flash-baked at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, but only for 30 seconds. That's all it takes to create that light, crispy texture. Next, they're air-cooled. This is critical. Cooling too fast cracks the wafers, too slow and they go soggy. Each wafer sheet is inspected for cracks, thickness, and uniformity. Imperfect ones, recycled. Nothing is wasted. Here's something most people don't know. The chocolate cream between the wafer layers is made from rejected KitKats. Yup, any bar that's broken or defective gets ground into powder and turned into creamy chocolate filling. It's sustainability and flavor rolled into one. The cream is slightly softer than the outer coating. That's intentional. It bonds the wafer layers without making them soggy. Precision robots layer the cream and wafers, chill the stack, and prep it for the next step, the chocolate coat. Now comes the most satisfying moment, the chocolate waterfall. Each layered wafer sandwich travels along a conveyor belt under a curtain of rich, liquid chocolate. 3 layers are applied to ensure full coverage. Then blades descend and slice the slab into perfect KitKat fingers. 1 second, it's a block of wafer and chocolate. Blink. The next, it's a finished 4-finger bar. It's mesmerizing to watch. Thousands of perfect bars moving in sync like a chocolate ballet. Every finished bar heads to quality control. The perfect bars are foil wrapped and sealed inside that iconic red and white label by high-speed robotic arms. This part of the factory is a blur, each wrapper applied in milliseconds. The wrapped bars are packed into cartons and loaded into massive trucks. At full tilt, Nestlé's York factory can crank out 8 million KitKats per day. That's enough to give every person in New York City a bar every day. You've heard the phrase, "Have a break, have a KitKat." It launched in 1958, and it's now considered one of the most successful slogans in advertising history. This tagline taps into something we all need: permission to pause, to breathe, to take 5. Whether you're a student cramming, an office worker on deadline, or just hiding from the world for a bit, KitKat gets it. And that's why it's more than candy. It's comfort in a wrapper. By the way, what's your favorite KitKat slogan or ad, or wildest flavor you've tried? Let me know in the comments. From cocoa trees in Ghana to chocolate rivers in York. From wafer batter to robotic wrappers. That KitKat bar in your hand is a little miracle of flavor, science, and engineering. And now that you know exactly what goes into it, that next snap is going to taste even sweeter. If you love this kind of deep dive into how things are made, hit that subscribe button, give us a like, and drop a comment on what you'd like to see next. In the link above, we'll uncover how instant noodles heat themselves without a microwave. Trust me, you do not want to miss that. Until next time, have a break, have a KitKat.